It's Friday. Yesterday, Thursday slate was pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. Got 27 home runs yesterday. Called out a few people. AB was our favorite. Bilal, a favorite from that team. Cole Craig was our sleeper. Told you guys to play him on a straight. Cole Cowser was a mention. Didn't really snipe him though. Corey Seager, snipe. We said Dominic and Luke, we liked. Nikki Glaber Torres. Um, I don't know if we said Jerry Young. I'm pretty sure it was Carson Benj and Jerry Young. Um, Juan Soto, Day Late, Lars Newbar, Day Late, Luke favorite, Pete favorite, Riley Green. You remember I told you guys he's in this bag. Suzuki second choice, Otani favorite. Spencer Tork, told you guys it's between Spencer Tork, Riley Green, and Winsell Perez, and all three of them went. Sadly, Carey and Dingler did not go, but today looked like it would be a pretty good day. 35.5 projected. We have a new series that have started. Couple hot bats coming into the series now. Couple people voided. A couple people cashed yesterday due to the Chicago White Sox and Atlanta game voiding out or being postponed. They got voided and a lot of people cashed. I like to see that. Today should be a good day. Be full transparent. Today should be a good day. As usual, we need them to perform. We need the batters to show up and actually do what they are supposed to do, what they are paid to do. But 90 miles an hour balls flying at them, no dirty. Trying to hit home runs. We got to give these people grace. We got to give them a little bit of grace. But we'll hop into this video as usual. Got 5 vulnerable pitchers. We go do them in a timely order. Then we're gonna go into the other games. So first vulnerable game we got is Nick Lodolo versus Arizona. Now we know he don't give it up to lefties. Only lefty that hit off of him is Jordan. 7 to righties this year, 4 to left. Past 2 years, 26 to right. The past 2 years, I like how I said the one that he did give up to lefty was to Jordan. Has a 53% fly ball rate over ground ball rate. First being pulled is Corbin. Well, first our stacks, I should say, is Corbin, Cattell Nolan, Gabriel Moreno, uh, Vargas, Tommy Troy. I don't know why I said Toy. I fucking overread the R. Tommy Toy, Tommy Troy. I just did it again. Tommy Troy, Adrian Del Castillo, Aramis Garcia, and Jorge Barosa. Oh, I think this guy flew out yesterday. No, his last plate appearance, he flew out. I don't think he played yesterday. But we mainly want a righty, so we know who that 9 times out of 10 will be. Cattell Marte. Yeah, Cattell Marte has the home run off of him this year. Uh, has a nice ISO, nice slug. We know his zones are super nice. Playing against a righty as well. Well, playing against a lefty. Um, Nighttime game. I'm pretty sure all these games are at night, if I'm not mistaken. Pop open my phone real quick just to verify this. Yeah, all these games are at night, not an early slate, so that is amazing. We don't have to worry about really lack of performance if you ask me. So very nice. Marino, we know he is a contact warrior. Have been getting it out a few. Um, I just want to go through and look at who has history, and then we'll go and look at pitch mix wise. Mainly want to look at righties. Cattell could do it. But I mainly want to look at the people who has it done, not the people that could do it. The people that has got it done. So Vargas could be a nice choice. Cattell, we said, could be a nice choice. Vargas has pretty nice contact, not striking out a lot, which is what I like seeing. Has home runs off the sinker, fastball, change, nothing off that curveball though. That's mainly it. Looking very nice. When it's 110 miles an hour to right field, has a 21.4 projected home run probability. Makes a lot of zone contact as well. So we're liking that. Shooting for a milestone 5 on Fridays. Has a home run against the bullpen, if I'm not mistaken. Nothing against this bullpen that's being pulled. So like a Marino, like I could tell so far. I mean Vargas, like and Cattell, and then maybe be Nolan, to be honest with you guys. He's been flying out a lot. Haven't been flying out 300 plus, but he has been flying out like a lot the past 7 games. Only a matter of time before he pops it out. Don't really crank off of lefties like that. Um, but he do hold that platoon advantage. I would say our most solid pick is Cattell and Vargas from this side. Especially with these, well, Corbin being lefty on lefty, don't really hit off lefties this year. Has a low K rate, but he gets you a lot of triples, a lot of doubles. So you could take Corbin for like 2 bases. Um, this guy haven't won in a while. It's Tommy Troy, dude. Who out? He's making contact, making a lot of contact. It seems like got us a home run recently, 11 days ago. So I'll say I'm liking those two, and you can take uh Ramos Garcia as a sleeper. I'll say, well, technically Marino, Cattell. I'll say Cattell, Vargas, Marino, and then take Aramis Garcia as a sleeper. Stand away from Corbin today. He could go. Does give it up to the top three. I'm just not liking the lefty on lefty, and Nick doesn't give it up to lefty. The only lefty that hit off of him was Jordan. So going over to Eduardo Rodriguez versus Cincinnati. Um, his past few starts has been pretty decent. Gave up 3 home runs the last 5 games, averaging around 4Ks, 5Ks, I would say. Yeah, went over 4 out of the last 5 games. Um, liking that. I want to look at Nick Lodolo starts real quick. I know I didn't say that, my bad. He's given up a home run at least out of every game, the last 5 games. Yeah, he's given up 6 the past 5 games. So we're liking Cattell, um, Vargas, and Marino. And then from this side, like I was saying, 1 to lefty, 6 to righties, 5 to left, 27 to right at Eduardo Rodriguez versus Cincinnati. Weak spots is 2, 3, 6. We know that since he gives it up to righties a lot, kind of want to focus on righties, especially holding the platoon against him. But we could see a lefty also potentially do it. Um, don't want to just count them completely out. JJ Bleday has 2 hits off of the pitcher. I know he looks nice against the pitch mix. Don't really have to look at it live when it comes down to Bleday, besides it being a lefty. In the zone locations, I would say personally, Nate Lau, lefty on lefty, he has 5 hits against the pitcher. Uh, a double, and only struck out 3 times, got walked. So pretty good, but want to find somebody that looks very, very solid. 48% K rate, 5 plate appearance, not bad. Will Benson is a sleeper, long shy. Suarez is a heat check. 30% K rate, got walked twice when he has 1 hit. But he's flying out a lot. Dane Myers is a nice sleeper. Making a lot of contact against the pitcher. And then Tyler Stevenson making a lot of contact against them as well. The stacks that we have for that side is Nathaniel Lau, Sal Stewart, JJ Bleday, Matt McClain, Suarez, Dave Myers, Spencer Steer, Tyler Stevenson, Will Benson. So it probably will be Sal Stewart, to be honest with you guys. I will go Sal Stewart today. Um, I will personally say he has been in a little, well, he hit 2 days, 3 days ago. Came out of his slump. He was in a slump past 2 weeks though. His first home run. So I'm liking Sal Stewart. Sal Stewart maybe be option A today. We know Spencer Steers are heat check, so you can take him on a heat check for sure. Don't look bad. Crank off of lefties as well. Very disciplined off the pitch mix. So we're liking Spencer Steer. Tyler Stevenson is a sneaky person. Haven't won in a few days. Been flying out a lot though. Don't really crank off for lefties as of this year. Decent K rate can get you some bases though for sure. Um, Suarez has hits off of him. You know, he is also a heat check. Shooting for a milestone for Fridays, like performing on Fridays, but he like performing on every day to be honest with you. 29 in June, shooting for 30 in June. Feel like I'm liking Suarez, especially against lefties. You know, he was killing lefties last year. Looks pretty decent against the pitch mix. Not the best, but not the worst. Wish his hard hit and barrel off of the pitch mix was a little bit better. Matt McClain isn't a bad choice as well. More on the sleeper side, if you ask me. So I would personally say, to be honest with you guys, Sal Stewart, Spencer Steer, then you can go Suarez as a sleeper, and then Dane Myers as an honorable mention. You can take JJ Bleday as well, but it's not ideal if you ask me. You just don't really give it up to lefties. JJ Bleday don't hit off of lefties, only gave up one to lefties this year. Five to lefties the past 2 years. And you guys know my logic, my uh motto. Whenever you have a pitcher on the mound that gives it up to a certain hand, or you have hot bats or a super good batter such as JJ Bleday, shit, Corbin Carroll, Cattell, and they don't really give it up to that hand, it's not really in their favor. So not giving it up to lefties. JJ Bleday is a somewhat power hitter, but he's not that Otani, Jordan Alvarez power hitter. We just seen Liam Hicks, who is a mean but he's a lefty, so that's not good. But we've seen a couple like lefties and righties faced against this pitcher, and nobody just haven't cranked off of him. I can go to a stat cast to get a little bit better. So Dylan Cruz cranked off of him. I think Cruz is a righty. Curtis Mead is a righty. Um, Casey Smith is a righty. Like all the home, Colson is a lefty, but that's Colson. JJ Bleday isn't a Colson Montgomery. Miguel Vargas is a righty. Jeremiah Jackson, I think JJ is a righty as well. Lewis Robert Jr., I think is a righty as well. Or Lewis Robert is a lefty. But you get the motto. Everybody that I just list off was a righty, so you kind of want a righty. We're going with Sal Stewart, Spencer Steer. And then we're going to go with Suarez and then Dane Myers as an honorable mention. But the five that is being pulled is JJ Bleday, Nathaniel Al, Sal Stewart, Spencer Steer, Matt McClain from this side. And then over here is Corbin Carroll, Cattell, Nolan Arenado, Gabriel Marino, and then Ramos Garcia. You guys know who I said I like from that side, though. Then we move over to the next game that is vulnerable. So the next game that's vulnerable is Zach Little versus Seattle. Now you guys know, um, Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone went yesterday. I think it was Cole Young as well went yesterday. But Dominic Canzone, Cole Emerson, Luke Rayleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Randy Rosarena. We got Miles Mastrobuoni, Patrick Wisdom, Johnny Peretta, and Mitch Garver all being pulled. I'm not too sure if Mitch Garver played yesterday. Um, but Zach Little is not really as vulnerable as he was, only giving up 3 home runs the past 5 games. Give up 12 home runs to lefty, 3 to righties, 28 to left, 23 to right the past 2 years. So I would say, honestly, it's kind of self explanatory when it comes down to this. I see the same people cranking off of him again. I think Randy and Julio should have home runs off of him. Randy haven't faced them. Julio has a 57% K rate, which is actually kind of disgusting. Um, you maybe see JP Crawford get into the lineup. Um, if JP Crawford is in the lineup, I'll look at JP Crawford, especially for this leadoff spot. But if not, we go with our usual. Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone, there your heat checks. You can't take Julio. He just has a super high K rate, but that's probably like from earlier this year. when he wasn't really performing his best. He was kind of like on his Riley Green stint to begin the year. Um, I'm liking Mitch Garver isn't bad. Kind of a high K rate. You got Miles Mr. Booney. Um, it's a sleeper. Then you got Johnny Parado, who's a sleeper as well. Not really doing a lot. So you have your three, I would say, or your two. And I said if JP Crawford plays, for sure take JP Crawford. We could see Julio and Randy do something as well. It is Zach Little. Don't have to be a lefty. Randy haven't faced him. Julio just have a 57% K rate. But like how I said, that is from potentially 9 times out of 10 the beginning of the year. So who we're going to go with for sure, Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone. Um, yeah, Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone, Julio, the Randy. It, it's Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone. If JP Crawford is in the lineup, then it would be Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone, JP Crawford, then Julio. But if JP Crawford isn't in the lineup, it's just Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone, Julio. Then you could take like Randy as an honorable mention, or you can swap these two around since Julio has a high K rate. Whatever you prefer, those are my three though for sure, or my two. Luke Rayleigh, Dominic Canzone is the favorite from over there for sure. Bryce Miller gives it up to righties to pass. Well, this year, 2 to righties, 10 to lefties, 9 to righties the past 2 years. His recent starts been given a lot of Ks. Only one home run the past 5 games. Has a high fly ball rate over ground ball rate. Like how we say, he mainly gives it up to righties this year, but lefties overall. We know that Washington is stacked with lefties. Got James Wood, Ruiz, CJ Abrams, Curtis Mead, Luis Garcia, Jacob Young, Andres, Dylan Lau, Jose Tena, James Wood, CJ, Curtis Mead, Ruiz, and Luis Garcia. You know Luis Garcia Jr. Well, Curtis Mead, James Wood is the heat checks. I think somebody else also is a heat check from this team. Not too sure, but the weak spots is Ruiz, Garcia, Tena. You know, you kind of want to go with a hour batter or a hot bat for this pitcher. Just because specifically he isn't super vulnerable, has a high K rate and not really giving up a lot of home runs. Um, James Wood kills the pitch mix. He mainly has three prioritized pitches, which is the fastball, split finger, and a slider. But James Wood does kill all of the pitches. Like how I said, you kind of want power. The big hitter, we know James Wood is the big hitter from the team. Know that he does sell once again. Be careful, it's Bryce Miller. Is a super good pitcher. So we're going with James Wood. I'll say James Wood and Curtis Mead, to be honest with you, for that power. Um, don't really spray towards right field. Kind of decent off the pitch mix when it comes down to Curtis Mead. CJ Abrams look a little bit more solid and he holds the platoon. Um, it could be anybody from this team, but I'm not going to just say that because it's Bryce Miller. Um, so to be honest, the way it's looking, you can take James Wood, Luis Garcia. Curtis Mead isn't a bad choice, but it's righty on righty. He does give it up to righties this year, but he gives it up more to lefties. Lefties hold that platoon. Um, Jacob Young has the launch angle, has the pull, a little bit more on the sleeper side though. So I personally would just say James Wood, DJ Abrams, and potentially just Curtis Mead or Jacob Young. Um, yeah, Luis Garcia Jr., James Wood, CJ Abrams. Take Curtis Mead, or you can drop CJ Abrams, to be honest with you, and just have James Wood, Curtis Mead. Nah, never mind. Just take these top three. We're facing Bryce Miller. It's not a vulnerable pitcher. We just want power. So yeah, CJ Abrams, James Wood, and Curtis Mead, we just want power. Possibly won't be touching them. I'll be focusing on Seattle side. Now, Philly versus Milwaukee is our next vulnerable game, I think. No, Detroit versus Cleveland is our next vulnerable game. We got Jack Flaherty or Flaherty, um, for the left, for the right, 17 to left, 14 to right the past 2 years. He's given up just 3 home runs the past 5 games, averaging around 5 Ks, I would say. Went under 5 Ks just once out of the past 5 games, gave us 7, 9, 6, and 7. It is Cleveland that we're talking about, that they are facing. We do see a couple people that have hits off of them, but our stack is Andrew Martinez, J Ram, Travis, Rice Hoskins, Chase, Cal Mazzardo, Brian Rocio, Daniel Sneeman, and David Fry. Andrew Martinez, J Ram, Travis Bazzana is looking like the solid three. Andrew Martinez, Rice Hoskins, J Ram, Cal Mazzardo, Travis Bazzana is the top five danger batters. Um, his weak spots is 2, 3, and 4. That's the spots that's getting shelled pretty much the most. And this year, Brian Rocio, that 9th spot, has gotten 2 home runs. So Andrew Martinez, we know, is our heat check. He has a home run off the pitcher as well, has 11% K rate, very disciplined off the pitch mix. Um, Facing a righty, so he holds the platoon as well. He has a barrel off the slider and a barrel off the curveball, which is actually amazing. When he's batting left versus righties, he has a 28% barrel off the curveball. When he's batting right versus lefties, he has a 28% barrel off the slider. So liking him, very disciplined off the pitch mix. Pitcher only has fastball, slider, curveball. Don't really have to look at his zone locations because it's Andrew Martinez. I know his shits overlaps, yeah. And it's overlapping in the most vulnerable spot. So Andrew Martinez is safe for a heat check for sure. You know, you have J Ram who has a home run off the pitcher. Um, Kind of slowly getting to himself. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. He has 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 7 hits. So he could guarantee 9 times out of 10 get you 2 bases. Wind is blowing towards right field. Has a 16.7 home run projection as well. Has home runs off the bullpen too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it has a home run off the bullpen as well. And he's very disciplined, making elite zone contact, I should say. Liking that, uh, liking J Ram, like with Andrew Martinez, Rice Hoskins also has a home run off the pitch. He has 2 home runs off the pitch, and one of those was from this year. Um, Decent against the pitch mix, kind of a high K rate, but 36 on Fridays. Love performing on Fridays. It's his second tie for his second best day, career wise. Cranks off of righties and lefties, so it's not really any favoritism going on. Nothing off the fastball, kind of a decent K rate or a high K rate, like how we said slider. Also a high K rate, but has a home run in the vulnerable spot. Curveball, not really striking out off of it. Sinker as well. Not really vulnerable for the pitcher, but he has home runs. Decent K rate. Gets you doubles off of it. Calvin Zardo has hits off of him. Has 100% K rate this year, but only 2 plate appearances overall career wise. Though he has a 60% K rate. Struck out 6 times, 1 walk, 1 double. So he could get you like 2 bases. Definitely liking him for 2 bases. Travis Bazzana does have the lefty on righty, has a barrel off the fastball as well. So he holds that platoon when I say lefty on righty. Daniel Sneeman haven't did nothing, has a 31% K rate. Brian Rocio could be like a nice sleeper straight bet. So who we're liking is Andrew Martinez, Rice Hoskins, J Ram, pretty much. I think that's the same as, no, that's not the same. Because we had Rice Hoskins, J Ram. But we had Andrew Martinez, Rice Hoskins, and Zardo the other day, like 2 days ago. I'll say Brian Roshi on the straight bet. You can put 10, turn into 100 if he goes. Has 5 home runs this year. Not sure if he sprayed towards right field or not, but he don't look that bad off the pitch mix. Mainly killing the fastball, low K rate, and he cranks off varieties as well. Um, so not bad if you ask me. Looks very nice for Brian Roshi on a straight bet. But you definitely want to take these three: Andrew Martinez, Rice Hoskins, and then J Ram. You could take Cal Manzardo, like I said, for 2 bases. He could potentially do it, just not liking his strikeout rate. Chase gets you bases for sure. Haven't been getting 2 bases a lot, but he should be able to get you a double today off that fastball. Pitcher primarily throws 3 pitches, so liking J Ram, Andrew Martinez, and Rice Hoskins. Brian Rocio is a sleeper. Over here from this side, we know Tanner Bibby is pretty decent. 9 to lefties, 4 to right, 23 to left, 17 to right the past 2 years. His starts, he's given up, damn, 5 home runs one game. He's given up 6 home runs the past 5 games. I'll say he averages around 4 strikeouts. Gave us 3.5, 3.5, then 2. So yeah, that's around like 3.7 for strikeouts. The stack for this game is Carey, Dingler, Spencer Torque, Riley Green, Winston Perez, Matt Vierling, Kevin McConaughey, Jake, and Gleyber Torres. We know Carey is no, we know Spencer Torque is a heat check, Riley Green is a heat check, Winston Perez is a heat check, Gleyber Torres is a heat check, Zach McKinstry is a heat check. If Zach McKinstry plays, Winston Perez, we sniped as well. He did pinch hit, so but you guys should have played him on a straight. Matt Vierling has 2 home runs against this pitcher, so that's something to keep in mind. Kevin McConaughey haven't struck out, only got walked, something to keep in mind. Gleyber Torres has a lot of hits and doubles, something to keep in mind as well. So pretty much it's looking like these bottom three could get you 2 bases. Kevin McConaughey, Jake Rogers, Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres is a heat check. Don't look that bad against the pitch mix, but not really a lot to go off of. He missed like 2 months of the season so far. Just came back. Carey has home runs off the pitcher. We know that he is our day late, 38% K rate. Has a home run this year and struck out only once. Um, versus righties, he like cranking off for righties, and he looks very nice off of the pitch mix. I'm pretty sure his zone locations will be saying the same exact thing. Yep, heart of the location. The strike zone, not really a vulnerable spot. Fastball has them in vulnerable spots, and throw location spots. Changeup has them not in vulnerable spots. Well, it's one vulnerable spot, but not the top spot. It's like the second lowest spot. And then the sinker is well, no home runs, not really striking out a lot, can get you a single off of it. Curveball, not really striking out a lot, kind of a decent base rate, I would say. Has a triple off the curveball, so you damn near win yard. Then yeah, so not bad when it comes down to Harry Carpenter. Winston Perez has a 57% K rate, 2 hits, a double. Riley Green has a 28% K rate, 5 hits, and a double. So Riley Green could get you 2 bases for sure. Um, I gotta go through and clear this real quick, clear my batters. So that way I can be able to save my people and know who I'm liking. Harry Carpenter for sure. We can go Ding Ding Man on the day late. Ding Ding Man has to go today. He should have went yesterday, to be honest with you. He flew out so fucking much. He tried his goddamn ass off yesterday, man. Gotta wait on this to load because my stack cast isn't loading for some. But Dylan definitely should have went yesterday. Kind of disappointed that he didn't go, but it is what it is. We can't catch them all. Like how I say, I like how I just said. There's 90 miles an hour fastballs flying at you, bro. Um, go out there and try to crank a home run against that shit. All right, now that this is loading, well, has refreshed. Let's see if it'll load. Yeah, he flew out 369. Oh, that wasn't yesterday. Not loading yesterday for some reason. I know he flew out though. Definitely flew out. I was watching a game. So Ding Ding can be the day late. We liking Riley Green. Spencer Torque isn't a bad look. He can get walked. So pretty much almost the same three as yesterday. Dylan Dingler, I'm gonna label him as chalk. He has put himself into a chalk. So Dylan Dingler is our chalk. Not gonna He is our number one danger batter as well though. But I'm not gonna list him. He is my favorite. You guys know this how I feel about Dylan Dingler. Ding ding man. Um fucking goat. Fucking goat. But he's pushed himself up to chalk, I would say. 16 home runs. Up there with the big dogs. I would say he pushed himself to chalk. Kerry Carpenter, Spencer Tork, Riley Green is looking very solid today. Um, but I would also say, as an honorable mention, look at Matt. Look at Matt Vierling. He's a sneaky person, very fucking sneaky. Flew out 2 days ago. He's been flying out back to back days. Flew out back to back days. 341, 407. So you could potentially do it today. We know we've seen a lot of people going yesterday. Um, really can't count anybody out. I'll just say play your bases for sure. This leadoff spot is Kevin McConaughey, so you can see Kevin McConaughey do it if they do put him 100% in that spot. That's normally his spot. So he could be a nice little sleeper as well. So we could say Kevin McConaughey, Matt Vierling as like straight best slash sleepers. And then you can go Carey, Spencer Tork, Riley Green. No, Dylan Dingler is like our like go-to guy though. Just not gonna throw him out there today. Well, not gonna keep mentioning him because he's our chalk. So going to this San Diego at Baltimore game, we got Griffin Cannon, give up 6 to lefties, none to righties, 11 to left, 3 to right. So we mainly want to look for lefties. I think Pete does have a hit off of him. He has hits off of him. Well, Griffin Cannon, let me backtrack real quick. His recent starts isn't the best. Only crossed 5Ks. Crossed 5Ks twice out of the past 5 games. So that's not bad. Well, 3 times out of the past 5 games. 6 was his highest with no home runs, but he did go 3 games in a row giving up home runs, 2, 2, and 1. So he's given up 5 home runs the past 5 games. Super vulnerable. Has a higher ground ball rate than fly ball rate, but it's kind of like it's only a 10% difference. So we want to shoot for lefties. Um, let's go to the stack. The stack for this game: Adley Rutschman, Pete Alonso, Sammy Basallo, Gunnar, Jackson Holiday, Colin Cowser, Sam Huff, Kobe Mayo, Jeremiah Jackson. I would personally say JJ is our day late. He is the righty though, so you could see Jackson Holiday do it. Jackson Holiday, but he doesn't look the best off the pitch mix. Gunner does have a home run off of him. Now I told you guys how I felt about Gunner. I was like on and off with him, like playing him. I'll play him probably one day, and then 2 days I'll give him a break. 3 days give him a break. A week give him a break. Probably a month give him a break. Then play him. I know I said last series he did look good. He should have went last series, to be honest with you. Um, I maybe officially start my chase on Gunner today with this series. Has home runs off the change, just a kind of a like a high K rate, I would say. Well, not really. Pretty decent discipline off the change. Fastball, he's killing, kind of chasing as well. Gets you a lot of doubles, triples, change up, doubles. Slider has a lot of home runs, but one home run at the top. Not really chasing with that. A lot of singles, doubles as well. Sinker, same thing. Home runs. Not really chasing a lot of singles. Splitter, pretty much everything that we're looking at is going to be no home run. Not really chasing. Cutter, home runs. Not really chasing singles, doubles. Not that is oh no doubles off that. Curveball. Not really chasing issues. Doubles. So Gunner is a pretty solid choice today. We know Kobe Mayo is the day late. Don't look bad against the pitch mix. But we say he mainly gives it up to lefties, so we want follow personally if ask me, Basalo is a nice choice. Look good against the pitch mix. Not doing enough against the change, but has a super low K rate overall. Um, Cranks off variety. Zone location is very nice. I know because I looked at it yesterday. Here, nothing off the splitter. Don't really like that. But the cutter, um, curveball, crushing that curveball, crushing the sinker, and that fastball in the chain. So liking Samuel Basallo for sure. Ali Rushman is our day late. He do have hits off of the pitcher, haven't struck out, got a double. Could get you two bases, but we're liking Adley, Samuel Basallo, and I would say Gunnar Henderson or Colton Cowser. You could take Colton Cowser on a heat check for sure. Um, Not really a lot to go off of with that change up and fastball, but he's a heat check, so we can take him. That would be our three. Um, Adley Rushman, Samuel Basallo, Colton Cowser, or Adley Rushman, Sammy Basallo, Gunner. Could take Colton Cowser on a heat check. He is your heat check. So not a bad look for today. Now the other side, Shane Baz versus San Diego. He gives up 4 to lefties, 4 to righties, 13 to left, 21 to right. Past 5 games, he have given up 3 home runs. Averages around 3 strikeouts, I would say, 4 strikeouts. Cross over 4 3 times out of the last 5 games. So 6, 9, and 6. So he's actually pretty decent. You give up a lot of home runs to both sides, 4 to left, 4 to right, 13 to left the past 2 years, 21 to right. So our stack is Gavin Sheets, Ty France, Will Wagner, Rodolfo Duran, Miguel Andujar, Jackson Miro, Manny Machado, Samad Taylor, and then Freddie Furman. We know that most of this team haven't really been doing nothing a lot. Primary pitches fastball, curveball, cutting, vulnerable off that curveball though. So I'll say we want to go with power. Gavin Sheets, of course. Uh Manny Machado, of course. Will Wagner is a sleeper, has 100% ground ball rate, but it's probably a small plate appearance. Yeah, just 6 at bats. Haven't cranked a home run. He's still shooting for his first home run. Um, don't want to reach and say that he could potentially get it today because of the pitcher that's on the mound. Very slim chance that he get it. But hey, anything can happen. We see 2 people get their first home run past 2 days, or 3 people get their first home run past 2 days. Braden Montgomery, Lika Williams, and Cole Carrick. Um, Gavin Sheet is solid. Manny Machado is solid. There's not really a lot to go off of. If Tatis plays, he could be a check. Waking up a little bit. I would say just a little bit. Take that with a grain of salt. Mainly liking Gavin Sheets and Manny Machado from this side, not liking his hurts when it playing specifically. Only 3 home runs, giving up the last 5 games. Has a decent K rate, but this stack as well is on a decline as a whole. They aren't doing the best as they should, as they are supposed to, or the site feels they should. Moving forward now, Detroit versus Cleveland is the last vulnerable game. I'm pretty sure. No, Philly versus Milwaukee is the last vulnerable. Oh no, never mind. I did this. Sorry. Yeah, Philly versus Milwaukee is the last vulnerable game. Andrew Painter is super vulnerable. 6 to left, 5 to right, 6 to left, 5 to right. The past 2 years, he's new to the league, so it's pretty much this year. 4 strikeouts with 2 home runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and then gave us 4 strikeouts with one. Pretty much giving up 5 home runs the past 5 games. Uh, 50-50. We know there's no favoritism. Gary Sanchez is a heat check. Jackson Cheerio is a heat check. You know, we seen Bryce Harang doing his thing. He primarily throws the fastball as well. So kind of need a fastball killer. He gives it a 50-50. So we don't need a lefty uh against a righty. Well, it's ideal for the platoon, but I feel like Bryce Harang is a solid choice today. William Contreras maybe be a solid choice Jackson Cheerio has been doing his thing. Did he check himself back to back? So he's going for 3 days in a row. Like in Jake Bowers, we already know Jake Bowers is kind of like, I want to say the chalk, but he's the chalk damn near. He's like the go-to guy from it. Andrew Vaughn, sleeper, not really a lot to go off of this year. Has barrel off of the pitch mix, but when it comes to last year, actually praised 10% barrel, 50% already hit last. Unless it's just not loading. Not loading. Huh? Actually, it's loading. 30% already hit no barrel. Had a barrel off the slider, probably this year. Oh, you had a 10% barrel off the slider last year, 11% barrel off the curveball. Well, not too bad on Andrew Vaughn. I got my three though, and I'm liking Gary Sanchez is a heat check. So he could go in the lineup, but he's a heat check. Liking Jake Bowers, Bryce Terrain, and then Jackson Cheerio. ABC Yelich, just to keep it real, you maybe just maybe see Yelich do something. Has a nice EV off that split finger. Yeah, but just haven't really been doing a lot. So we got our three that we're going with. Jake Bowers, Bryce Terrain, uh, Jackson Cheerio. Yeah, Bryce Terrain, Jackson Cheerio, Jake Bowers. Gary Sanchez is a heat check. You can take him. He doesn't look bad. And yeah, we move. Stack from that side. Jake Bowers, Bryce Terrain, Jackson Cheerio, Gary Sanchez, Gary Mitchell, Andrew Vaughn, David Hamilton, Kristen Yelich, William Contreras. And we know our top five was Gary Sanchez, Jake Bowers, Jackson Cheerio, Bryce Terrain, Andrew Vaughn. I'm going over here to Jacob Mazereski. I wouldn't fuck with him personally. Not fuck with him. I would not touch him. Bryce Harper have hit a home run off of him. Um, Schwarber I think struck out. Yeah, struck out twice. So you could take Harper if you want to. Could take Schwarber if you want to. Those are like probably the only two I would trust against this pitcher. Marsh does have hits off of him, or have a hit off of him, having struck out. Bryson Stott has a hit, having struck out as well. Alec Bohm haven't faced him. You know that he's our heat check, but once again, it is Jacob, Mr. 12 Ks, his goddamn self. 8 Ks, 8 Ks, 12 Ks, 8 Ks, 10 Ks. So it's like you can take him for 8 guarantees. He's gonna give you 8. He don't give a fuck who you are. Sorry for my language, but this guy is fucking nasty, bro. He's fucking nasty. We're witnessing something we've never seen before from a pitcher, especially his command. His pitching speed as well is just disgusting. Trey Turner did get a triple off of him. Edmund Sosa has a double, no, just a hit. Um, he said Harper has the home run. Bohm haven't faced him. Stott has a hit. Uh, Harper has the home run. We said Marsh has a hit. Stott has a hit, and then Schwarber struck out. Top two spots is that 1 and 2 spots, so that's 9 times out of 10. Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. Those are the two I'll go with. Your Philly stack is Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh, Stott. Brandon Marsh, Stott, Trey Turner, Stewart, Alec Bohm, Edmund Sosa, Garcia. Top that's being pulled: Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Brandon Marsh, Stott, Alec Bohm. Like how I said, just take your top two. Won't trust anybody else now. Their bullpen, if he gets off the mound, he probably won't get off the mound until like the 6th inning or the 7th inning. To be honest with you guys, give a little bit of confirmation on that because I can see how many innings he's pitched. 7 innings, 7 innings, 7 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings. So now with that being said, and the reason why I want to point that out is if he does pitch a whole 6 to 7 innings, you have around one plate appearance, potentially two for your pick to crank a home run off of the bullpen. A Milwaukee bullpen is super vulnerable, but are you willing to risk or wait that long for a pick to hit? Like how I said with TJ Rumfield 2 days ago. Um, if you want to do it, you can. But personally, It's not ideal. I don't feel like it is personally ideal to want your pick to go against the bullpen. So that is all of the vulnerable games from the top five. Now we're gonna bounce back and go in order. Miami at Pittsburgh, Sandy Alcantara versus Pittsburgh, 7 to the left, 3 to the right, 20 to the left, 12 to the right the past 2 years. Um, he has 7 strikeouts his last game, but he averages, I'll say, around 5 Ks. Yeah, 7 strikeouts, 5 and 3, then 4, 6. So he went over 3 out of the past 5 games. But he's given up 6 home runs the past 5 games as well. Giving up a lot to lefties, so you know who that can be. Elau has hits off of him. He is a heat check win yesterday. Got walked 4 times against this pitcher, so there's potential he can get walked. Wind is blowing out 12 miles an hour to center field. Would it be no better day for Bilal to go again than today? Um, Ryan O'Hearn has hits against the pitcher, not just the hit. 29% K rate looks good against the pitch mix as well. Ryan O'Hearn, we're talking about some of these people we don't have to go in and look at. Tyler could be a sleeper today. Uh, Rafael Flores did get his first yesterday as well. Spraying out to center field, so it's potential that he could do it again. Could go back to back. Um, he's your heat check though. We're not gonna throw him in our like stamp lined up. I would say personally, now this is personal. Elau, Ryan O'Hearn, Spencer Horse for sure. You know those are like our go-to. Since there's no O'Neal Cruz, you could take Ozuna as a sleeper. Definitely can take Ozuna as a sleeper. Um, he has 2 home runs off the pitcher. So, but what I was going to say, take as Esmerlin Valdez. He has that 10% home run chance, 15.1. It's a platoon, if I'm not mistaken, for him as well. Yeah, no, it's a righty on righty, but he cranks off of righties. Has a high K rate off of righties, but not a lot of plate appearances. So that's why I said take him on a straight bet. Be loud, Ryan O'Hearn, Spencer Horse is our favorite. Marcelo Zona is our sleeper. And then I'll say Esmerlin Valdez is like an honorable. You could see Andy do it as well. Fly ball rate over ground ball rate, just not doing a lot. Wind is blowing out though. But that's the reason why I'm saying you could throw a little $5 on him. 45, $10 for 70. Same thing up here. Not sure his odds if he plays, but $5 9 times out of 10 for like 50, 10 for 100. Not a bad straight bet if you ask me. Making some profit, making some money back on your betting, whatever the case may be. Um, Stack for this is, well, Pittsburgh side is Brandon Lowe, Tyler, Rafael Flores, Esmerlin, Valdez, Ryan O'Hearn, Spencer Hortz, Brian Reynolds, Andy Rodriguez, and then Marcelo Zuna, Tyler Flores, B Loud, Esmerlin, and then Ryan O'Hearn being pulled as the top five. So your sleepers definitely take on straight bet if they're being pulled as top five. And it don't matter by ISO because you see he's being pulled first over Rafael Flores. And Rafael Flores has a way better ISO than Tyler. So yeah, just take your straight bets with these three, I would say, and then you got B Loud and Ryan O'Hearn being pulled. Over from the next side, Miami gives it up to lefties, Braxton Ashcraft, 6 to left, 2 to right, 7 to left, 4 to right the past 2 years. So I would personally say we know Liam Hicks is a day late. Looks good against the pitch mate. Didn't really, he kept flying out yesterday. Definitely was flying out yesterday a lot. I was watching that game as well. Cal Stowers, a lot of them was just flying out yesterday. Xavier Edwards, Cal Stowers, Owen Casey, fucking Jacob Marcy. I told you guys to take a lot of people just flying out yesterday. Their bullpen is super vulnerable as well, so we could see the lefties do it. Um, we'll just go with the same three that we went with yesterday, to be honest, guys. Gives it up to lefty, so I'll say Liam Hicks, Bowers, Jacob Marcy if he does play. You can take Xavier Edwards on a straight bet, very solid for a straight bet. Same thing with Owen Casey, very solid for a straight bet. Even Liam Hicks eyes a straight bettable, to be honest with you. I love straight betting Liam Hicks. Um, yeah, return is kind of worth it when you straight bet. Ruiz, Owen Casey. Stack for this game is Ruiz, Owen Casey, Liam Hicks, Xavier Edwards, Cal Stowers, Roberto Hernandez, Connor Norby, Otto Lopez, Javier Sonoja. So, like I said, Liam Hicks, Cal Stowers, and Xavier Edwards on a straight bet. I guess the three would be Liam Hicks, Cal Stowers, and then Owen Casey would be our three. Liam Hicks, Cal Stower, Owen Casey would be our three. Xavier Edwards on a straight bet, Ruiz on a straight bet if you guys want. Moving forward to the next game, Texas at Boston. Now we know they didn't do a lot yesterday. Corey Seager did give us one. Jake Berger kept flying out. This pitcher gives up 7 to left, 4 to right, 17 to left. Well to right the past 2 years. So it could be lefty Corey Seager again. This pitcher has given up 4 home runs the past 5 games and only averages around 5 Ks as well. Went over 5 Ks. Well, went over 4 Ks twice, the 3 times the past 5 games. So 10, 5, and 6. His weak spots are 2, 3, and 5. Could potentially William Wilson Contreras do it. Rafaela is the heat check. Does have hits off of the pitcher with a very low K rate. 7 slug, 3.333 average with a .33 for ISO. That's nice. Um, liking Jack, JD could be a solid. I mean, I'm liking Rafaela. That Jack, I was looking at his name. Liking Rafaela and JD. Um, potentially see Willie or Brew do something. Rafaela Oz is kind of on the straight bet side. He's a heat check as well. So I'll say JD, Willier. Caleb Durbin is a heat check. You can straight bet him if you're liking him. But I'll say JD, Willier, Brew, and potentially Wilson Contreras. Yeah, Wilson Contreras. Liking Wilson Contreras, spraying towards left as well. 5 miles an hour, not really a lot to go off of. So we're liking them three. Um, Stack that we have is Wilson Contreras, William Brew, JD, Nate Eats, Dean, Caden Rafaela, Hunter Wong, Carlos Narvez, Andrew Monasterio, and Caleb Durbin. Now from the Boston versus Texas side, Sonny Gray is on the mound. He's pretty vulnerable. 4 to left, 2 to right, 14 to left, 17 to right the past 2 years. Last recent starts, he have given up just 3 out of the past 5 games, averaging around, I'll say, 5 Ks. Win over 5, 3 out of the last 5 games. 7, 9, and 6 was his highest. Um, Elias Diaz is a day late. Corey Seager is your heat check. Jake Berger does have hits off of the pitcher as well. Brandon Nimmo has hits. He's been flying out a shit ton. Keep talking about it. It's only a matter of time before he gets it out. Um, TQ Duran has hits off of the pitcher. Well, 8 hit. Doc Peterson is cold against the pitcher. Has a 67% K rate, 75% K rate this year, so it kind of X him out. He could do it, but that kind of X him out. I would say Corey Seager. Corey Seager has hits off with a pitcher. He's your heat check. Haven't struck out. 0.83 ISO, but a 3.33 slug with a .25 average. So got walked twice. Could potentially get walked. Liking Corey Seager for sure. Liking Jake Berger. Um, and Josh Jung. That'd be our three. Kind of like the same thing as yesterday, but we had Jock Peterson instead of Josh yesterday. But Josh, Jake, Corey, Gives it up more to lefties, righties this year, but it's pretty 50-50 the past 2 years. Stack that we have is Corey, Elias Diaz, Jake, Berger, Justin Foscue, Josh Jung, Doc Peterson, Brandon Nimmo, Michael Hellman, and Ezekiel. Yeah. Justin Foscue can be like a nice sleeper bet. Um, he could do it. So Justin, Corey, Jake. Well, Corey, Jake, Josh Jung, then Justin Foscue was like a sleeper bet. Um, Elias Diaz is like a straight slash day late. Atlanta versus New York Mets. This could be a bang out. Nolan McLean is their best pitcher though. Gave up 5 home runs the past 5 games, so averaging around 5 strikeouts as well. 5, 2, 6, 5, 7 on his strikeouts. The stack that we have for the New York Mets, well, 5 to lefties, 1 to right, 16 to left, 10 to right. The stack that we have is Juan Soto, MJ, Jared Young, Eric Wagner, Francisco Alvarez, Marcus Semien, Carson Bench. I did say yesterday Juan Soto can go. He wasn't in my picks, but in the Discord, I did send a little list that I found, well, that I went and made, and it said Juan Soto hit a home run yesterday last year. So June 11th, 2025, Juan Soto hit a home run. And I'm like, hey, hear me out. No, Juan Soto has been selling, but this is just something that it's saying. Keep that in mind. And he fucking goes yesterday. So Juan Soto is a heat check. Don't look bad against the pitcher. Only has a 5% K rate. Got walked 6 times. So you could take him for a walk for sure. Francisco Alvarez has a home run against the pitcher. You know that he did go like 2 days ago as well. Um, 50% K rate, got walked once, has a home run off of him this year as well. He has 2 home runs off of him, all in the meatball location. So that's very nice to know. Marcus has no home runs off of him, no hits, but he's making contact. MJ Melendez haven't faced him. Oh no, he has a 50% K rate. I thought he haven't faced him. Mark Vientos has a 40% K rate. Carson Benji haven't faced him yet. Eric Wagman haven't faced him yet. Or he has. Jesus. Jared Young shouldn't have faced him yet. Haven't faced him. So personally, I like Juan Soto again. They pitch only has 4 pitches he throws. Really two, the fastball, slider, curveball. Want somebody that's crushing those 3. Fastball, slider, curve. No, Mark Vientos crushes the fastball and the slider as well. Um, just not a lot to go off of. I'll probably say Jared Young again. Day late. I mean, heat check. Juan Soto is your heat check as well, and potentially Carson Bench. Francisco Alvarez, you can take. Feel like it'll be a Marcus Semien day. Marcus is a sleeper, so yeah. Juan Soto, Jared Young, Carson Bench, Francisco Alvarez on the like a honorable mention. Marcus Semien is a straight stack from that game. Juan Soto, MJ, Jerry Young, Eric Francisco, Vital. I think I did it. Marcus Semien, Mark Vientos, Carson Bench, Nolan McLean. Well, Spencer Strider, my bad. I didn't tell you guys Spencer Strider recent starts. He's given up 5 home runs the past 5 games. And averages around 5 Ks as well. 8 and 9 was his highest the past 5 games. He went over 5 strikeouts, 3 out of the past 5. So that's Spencer Strider. We're liking Juan Soto, Jared Young, um, Juan Soto, Jared Young, Carson Bench, and Francisco Alvarez. It's like a honorable mention. Marcus Semien on the straight over here. Say he gives it up to lefties. Gave up 5 home runs the past 5 games as well. Um, The stack that we have is Matt Olson, Michael Harris, Dominic Smith, Eli White, Ozzy, Mateo, Rowdy, Mauricio Dubon, Austin. Matt Olson, Michael Harris, and Dominic Smith is looking kind of the best though. Matt Olson, Michael Harris, Jorge Mateo, Ozzy, and Dominic Smith is the top 5 being pulled. So mainly going with Matt Olson for sure today. Should be able to get it done. Game got postponed yesterday as well. He has 100% strikeout rate against this pitcher, but it's only 3 Ks, 3 plate appearances, so not a lot to go off of. Ozzy, Having struck out against the pitcher, look good against the pitch mix. Can be a nice straight bet. Dominic Smith haven't faced the pitcher as well. Odds are screaming like straight bet. Austin Riley haven't faced the pitcher. Looks very nice against the pitch mix. Is righty on righty. He does crank off for righties as well. The pitcher gives it up to lefties and righties, but we've seen he gives it up to righties more. He's kind of 50, 55, and 7. 5 this year, 3 last year to righties, 3 last year to righties, 5 to lefties, and then 5 to lefties the past 2 years, and 7 to righties. So all his home runs off of lefties came this year. Austin Riley is not a bad choice. Rowdy Tellez does have a hit off of the pitcher. If he does play, you can take him on a straight bet for sure. But that probably be R3. Mauricio Dubon is more on the straight bet side. I'll say Rowdy Tellez, Matt Olson, Austin Riley. Well, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, and I would say Michael Harris today over Ozzy. Michael Harris, he has to go. I feel like today is gonna be the day. I've been saying he keeps flying out, but I think today is the day he gets it over. So Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Michael Harris, Rowdy Tellez as a sleeper slash low. You can take Ozzy. If you want to, Ozzy bets is more on the. I mean, Oz is more on the straight bet side as well. So that's who we like from that side there. Arizona, Cincinnati, New York versus Toronto. There's no pitcher on the mound for New York, so we just go with our usual Ben Rice, Cody B, Trent Grisham, Paul Goldsmith for right now. Um, and then I can't even look at stacks because it's not going to show you versus the pitcher and show you correctly. It's just going to show everybody is trending up or hot. For Toronto now versus New York, Ryan Weathers to the left, 11 to right this year, 5 to left, 15 to right the past 2 years. His recent starts, he's been kind of decent. Gave up 7 home runs the past 5 games though, but he's averaging around 5 Ks for the last game. But before that, 10 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, then 9 strikeouts. So kind of striking out a lot of batters, but you know Toronto do not really strike out like that. Ernie Clement has a home run against the pitcher, and we know that he's kind of the hot bat as well too. The past 7 games, Brandon Valenzuela is the hot bat as well. He's more on the straight bet, but I'm liking Brandon. Charles McAdoo don't look bad, but don't look good as well. Jesus Sanchez is a heat check. He went 3 days ago. Okay. Did not know that. Lefty on lefty. I don't think he hit off of lefties though. Only 1 home run the past 2 years, so probably just going with Akumoto today. Springer again. And it'd probably be the same. No, I'm gonna go Ernie Clement today. George Springer, Ernie Clement, and Akumoto. Yep, liking those three. You could take Brandon Valenzuela on a straight bet. 50% K rate, but looks good against the pitch mix. Liking those three. Akumoto, George Springer, Ernie Clement. You go Brandon Valenzuela on a straight bet. Stack that we have is Akumoto, Valenzuela, Ernie Clement, George Springer. Hey, like how I just said. Then we got Charles McAdoo, Don Varsho, Jesus Sanchez, Yohendrick Panago, Andres Gimenez. We did Philly versus Milwaukee. Roki Sasaki versus Chicago White Sox, 5 to left, 5 to right, 9 to left, 7 to right the past 2 years. But we know Roki has been getting his command down. Like I've been telling you guys whenever we would do our breakdowns and he went from getting only 3 to 5 strikeouts per game to averaging 7, 8 a game. 10 strikeouts his last mound appearance and didn't give up any ERs, no home runs. I think he pitched 7 innings. Game before that, 7 strikeouts, 1 home run. Game before that, 4 strikeouts, 2 ERs. Before that, 8 strikeouts, 1 home run, and then before that, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run. So he's only given up 2 home runs the past 5 games, giving you a lot of strikeouts. There's Chicago that he's facing, so could be the same thing, or they could just crush him. Um, I'm going with Colson for sure. Braden, definitely could do it. His odds are super low for a reason. He's like a fucking monster. So Braden is like I say, Colson Braden for sure today. I'll just say that Colson Braden for sure today. Could potentially see Randall do something. I know a lot of people needed Randall yesterday, but that game didn't start. So probably just be those three. To be honest with you guys, Colson, Braden, and then Miguel facing against Roki. Adrian, almost said Adrian Peterson. Andrew Benintendi mainly kills the fastball. He does have like a high K rate against the slider. I feel like Roki can capitalize with that. Really, with Miguel Vargas, it's only the split finger that he can try to capitalize on. Colson, you can't capitalize with anything. He's killing damn near everything. Split finger. And what the fuck is a FO? I can't think of a FO. But yeah, those are the three that we're going with. Braden, Colson Montgomery, Miguel Vargas. Don't want to overthink it when it comes down to Roki. Could get shelled, could not. All depends on how his command is. He's getting there though. Tiny is teaching that man something very good. Our stack is Colson, Miguel Vargas, Everson Pereira or Pereira, or Randall Grichuk, Drew Romo, Andrew Benintendi, Braden Montgomery, Jacob Gonzalez, and then Tristan Peters. Anthony K, one to left, nine and right, one to left, nine and right. Mainly gives it up to righties. Um, Past 5 games, he averages around four strikeouts. He's given up 5 home runs his past 4 games, past 5 games as well. So we know we want to look for a righty. We could get a lefty that cranks off of him as well, like Big Boy Otani. Um, but I'll say Pieheads for sure. Possibly Doodle Bets for sure. He cranks off of lefties. The one guy that does do stuff against lefty. Tucky Robinson has 20 fucking zones, it says, unless this shit is just completely glitching. Um, haven't did a lot, I'm guessing. Not really a lot to go off of. Could be a straight bet if he's being cool. But like in Pieheads, Mookie Betts, and I guess this Chucky Robinson guy. But Otani be a little bit more safer. Max Muncy stay away from. Don't Does not crank off of lefties. Could crank off a lefty, but don't really crank off of lefties. I'll just say Andy Pieheads, Mookie Betts, and then Otani. Otani can get you one off of lefties. Stack for that game: Andy Pieheads, Max Muncy, Otani, Ryan Ward, Dalton Rushing. Ryan Ward could be a nice pick as well. It's just lefty on lefty. He has a high K rate against lefty, so Pieheads, Max Muncy, Otani, Ward, Dalton Rushing, Chucky Robinson, Kyle Tucker, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. Top 5: Max Muncy, Dalton Rushing, Ryan Ward, Otani, Andy Pieheads. We said Max Muncy don't crank off a lefty, so Don Rush and Ryan Ward, Otani, Andy Pieheads. Let's see if Don Rusher cranks off a lefty. Not that bad of a choice, to be honest with you. St. Louis versus Minnesota, 6 to left, 2 to right. Cal Leahy, we know he's kind of vulnerable. Gave up 2 home runs the past 5 games. 8 strikeouts was that game. 6 to left, 2 to right, 9 to left, 4 to right the past 2 years. So Byron Buxton has hits, well, made contact, no strikeout. Brooks Lee haven't faced him. Cody Clemens haven't made any hits, but making contact. Tristan Gray has your hits, or has a hit, I should say. Um, Josh Bell haven't faced him or got walked. This one at bat, he got walked. So I would say Josh Bell, Brooks Lee, Brooksley for sure. Lefty on righty. Uh, a second spot or that spot that Lee is in. Two spot in that eight spot has the most home runs for Brooksley. So he should be batting second or eighth. That's where we want him to be kind of batting. Third spot for Cody Clements. He don't bat second. So yeah, it could be Brooksley. Brooksley, Byron Buxton is our chalk. Definitely could take Byron Buxton a day. Feels the pitch mix would be a day late. But Brooksley for sure, Cody Clemens for sure, um, and Josh Bell for sure again. Except Byron Buxton. Could see Tristan Gray do something. Haven't really been doing a lot though. When does spray towards right field? Yeah, you just haven't really been doing a lot. Same thing with Trevor Leonard and Ryan Kretler. But when blowing towards right field, you can see anybody go. I'm liking Cody. Cody sprays towards right field, like in Josh Bell. He sprays towards right field, and Byron Buxton. Well, Buxton sprays all over the place. Not really a favorite. But yeah, that's that for that game. Our stack is well, that's that from that side. Byron Buxton, Ryan Kretler, or Kreedler, Cody Clemens, Brooks Lee, Josh Bell, Trevor Leonard, Tristan Gray, Orlando Arcia, and Royce Lewis. Joe Ryan is pretty decent. Don't really give up a lot of home. Well, never mind. Gave up 4 home runs the past 5 games, but gives up a lot of strikeouts as well. Averages around 5 Ks, 1/5 every game the past 5 games. So 6 to left, 1 to right, 22 to left, 11 to right the past 2 years. Mainly want to go with lefties. Um, Jordan Walker does have a home run against the pitcher. Is a day late, flew out a lot. Yesterday, 303. Well, yesterday. It's not pulling yesterday flyouts for some reason. Um, Alec Burleson is our heat check, has a home run against the pitcher. Liking Alec Burleson. Jimmy Crooks, the heat check wouldn't be the best choice against Joe Ryan at all. Lars Newbar has a home run against the pitcher as well, so I'm liking Lars. We know he's kind of been on our radar. Whenever we are liking Jordan Walker, we swap Lars Newbar or JJ Weatherholt out for Jordan Walker. So Ivan Herrera isn't a bad choice. Lars Newbar, Alec Burleson. Um, I would say JJ Weatherholt does have the launch angle, but he just don't look the best against the pitch mix. To be honest with you, in the last 7 games, he haven't really played. So you could take JJ Weatherholt as like an honorable mention. Um, Alec Burleson is solid. Take Lars Newbar. You could take Jordan Walker if you're liking. So you backtrack and say this the correct way. Alec Burleson, Jordan Walker, Ivan Herrera. If you're not liking Jordan Walker, you can swap Jordan Walker out for Lars Newbar. There it goes. So it'll be Lars Newbar, Alec Burleson, Ivan Herrera. Or if you're not liking Ivan Herrera, you can swap him out for Lars Newbar. Either way, go Lars Newbar, Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson, Ivan Herrera is the 4, I guess, from that game. Stack that we have is Jordan Walker, Lars Newbar, Brian Torres, JJ Weatherholt, Alec Burleson, Nelson Velasquez, Jimmy Brooks, Nathan Church, and then Ivan Herrera. Houston at Kansas City. Pretty self-explanatory. Well, no, this is versus Kansas City. So 4 to left, 1 to right. This year, in the past 2 years, his recent starts, he had 8 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. He's only given up 5 home runs the past 5 games. The average is around 5 Ks. Went under twice out of the past 5 games, but 8 strikeouts was his highest. 5, 2, 5, and then 3 recent starts. We didn't see nobody really do anything from this team yesterday. Mainly gives it up to lefty, so we could see potentially Michael Macy or Vinny today. Cameron Misner is a sleeper. Yeah, Cameron Misner is a sleeper. Well, be a bad like straight bet. Jack don't look too bad as well. Jack is probably my favorite today. Jack, then Bobby Witt. I would personally probably just say Jack, Bobby Witt, Salvi today. Um, I know I said Vinny could potentially something, but I'm liking Jack for sure. Bobby Witt, just Salvi today. Those are like my go-tos. Stack from this side: Michael Macy, Jack, Carter Jensen, Bobby Witt, Cameron Missner, Vinny P, Salvi, Nick Lofton, Mikael Garcia. The other side, we have Lewender, Avila, to the left, zero to right, to the left, zero to right the past 2 years. I think this is a bullpen pitcher as well. See a bullpen pitcher, so it's pretty self-explanatory to the left. Um, we know that's gonna be Jordan Alvarez. It's like our chalk favorite. Kristen Walker is like our chalk favorite. We did catch Cam Smith the last time that he like played, um, which was 2 days ago technically. His last game, he was a heat check. We mentioned him. Said that he could do it, and that he was like our honorable mention or a sleeper or something like that. So mainly them two. Cause he Isaac Paredes do something, Cam Smith do something, Kristen Vasquez do. But I'll say personally, who I'm liking. Let's go. Let's see if Colin Price can get his first. That'll be his first career home run, first season. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that'll be his first career. Oh no, he hit one last year. I would just say Jordan, Christian Walker, and then Bryce Matthews. Oh, Jordan, Christian Walker. It was just somebody else I was looking at. I guess it was Isaac. Yeah, Jordan, Christian Walker, Isaac, just the top three. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, the top three being pulled. So yeah, Jordan, Christian Walker, Isaac, then Cam Smith. That's your heat check. A long shot. Houston, Jordan, Christian Walker, Isaac, Cam Smith. Houston stack. Jordan, Christian Walker, Isaac, Cam Smith, Colin Price, Jose Altuve, Bryce Matthews, JP, Jeremy Pena, Kristen Vasquez. Tampa Bay versus Los Angeles. Name McClanahan. Zero to left, three to right, zero to left, three to right the past 2 years, mainly giving it up to righties. So you know who that will 9 times out of 10 be. Averages around 4 strikeouts, I would say, 4 to 5. Gave us 6-3 out of the past. Well, went over 6-3 out of the past 5 games, but he has given us 2 home runs the past 5 games as well. We know that we want a righty versus lefty. So it could be Jose Siri. So Adele has a hit off the pitcher with a 59% K rate. Don't look good against the pitch mix. So I'm liking Joe Adele. I'm seeing a lot of names being pulled, like a lot of sleeper names right now. 1 walk, 6 strikeout. This Trey Massini, Denzer Guzman guy. Um, don't really crank off for lefties though. I really have a lot to go off of. Oswald Peraza don't look bad as well. Okay, right. Wade Meckler, lefty on lefty, not really ideal. Jose Siri, then we got Mike Trout. Mike Trout says cold against the pitcher, 57% K rate. Got walked once, 50% K rate this year. Could be Mike Trout. Does have a high K rate, just something to keep in mind. Mike Trout, Zach Neto, go with Dale. Um, pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of other names being pulled though that you could potentially play. Like on straight bets. Raza is a nice straight bet. Um, yeah, and that's mainly it. This Trey guy, Denzer could be a straight bet as well. Um, but not really seeing their odds, not seeing a lot. The Los Angeles Angel Stack is Mike Trout, Zach Neto, Jose Siri, Oswald Peraza, Wade Meckler, Logan Porter, Denzel Gusman, Joe Adele, Trey Massini. Top five being pulled is Mike Trout, Zach Neto, Jose Siri, Wade Meckler, Oswald Peraza. Plus Oswald getting pulled over Joe Adele. Mike Trout, Zach Neto is getting pulled for it. You can take Jose Siri as well on like a straight bet. Okay. $10 for 50, 20 to 100, not bad. Sam Aldeguri. Now this is a bullpen pitcher, gives up one to left, zero to right this year, but two to left, two to right the past 2 years. Just go with our usual. Cedric Mullins is and he checked, did go. I think we sniped him or we went with Junior Yandy and Jonathan and Randall. We did have Cedric as our heat check though. I mean it's our long shower day late that day. Junior don't look bad today. And Yandy don't look bad as well. Those are like the usual like go-to guys. Lefty on lefty, he does give it up to lefties, but want to see how this zone location is looking for him. Nothing off the fastball, nothing off the change, nothing off the cutter, nothing off the slider. It's a bullpen pitcher though, so he can get it done, but he don't got nothing besides just one home run off the slider. Could potentially see Victor Mesa Jr. or Nick Fortes do something. Nick Fortes would be amazing straight bet. But like in Junior, Cedric Mullins, Yandy for sure today. Um, the stacks is Yandy Jr., Ryan, Jonathan Aranda, Cedric Mullins, Nick Fortes, Victor Mesa Jr., Hunter Fiduci, and Richie Palacio. Palacio. Athletics can't do because there's no pitcher on the mound, but I could give you the stack: Nick Kurtz, Shea, Carlos, Tyler Soderstrom, Donham, Zach, Kobe, Alika, and Brent Brooker. You know, Shea, Nick Kurtz, Jonah, Tyler, and Zach is the top five being pulled for danger batters. So Shea, Nick Kurtz, Tyler Soderstrom would be my top three. Even though we can't see a pitcher, those would just be my top three go to. Gage Jump is a bullpen pitcher, zero to left, zero to right. Haven't given up any home runs the past 2 years. So um just take your hot bats as usual. No, Brett Sullivan gave us two yesterday. Hunter Goodman didn't go. He is like the main go-to. Cole Carrick finally got his home run. And TJ Rumfield didn't go as well. It's lefty on lefty. Is a bullpen pitcher though, so they could potentially swap him out and put in a righty where TJ can get his little bit of leeway. So mainly the same thing. Ezekiel Tovar don't look bad. Righty on lefty could be a solid choice. Hunter Goodman. Hunter Goodman stamp. Ezekiel Tovar. You can go Cole Carrick again. Um, Braxton Fulford just has a high K rate. Does has a home run off the fastball. So Cal Caros is the sleeper actually. I'll go Cal over Braxton Fulford. I'll go Cal. So Hunter Goodman, Ezekiel Tovar, Cole Carrick, and then Cal Karras, I guess. TJ Rumfield is in there, but it's just the lefty. Take him on a straight bet. You can parlay him if you want to. Chicago. Oh shit. I completely skipped over the stacks. Stacks is Hunter Goodman, Cole, Braxton Fulford, Brett Sullivan, Ezekiel Tovar, Cal Harrells, TJ Rumfield, Jake McCarthy, Troy Johnston. Now, last but not least, Chicago versus San Francisco. Javier Assad. Um, Javier Assad, I think, is a bullpen pitcher. Yeah, he's a bullpen pitcher as well. Gave up 3 home runs the past 3 games that he's played. Has a super low K rate. 4 to left, 0 to right, 6 to left, 1 to right the past 2 years. So mainly giving it up to lefties, but we know that the lefties aren't doing anything. Bryce Eldridge did just walk it off his last game, primarily throwing a sinker cutter fastball. So we want somebody that's killing that sinker cutter and fastball. Could be Devers, just don't kill that sinker. Julia Adamas didn't play. Casey Smith is a day late. Eric Hayes as well is a day late. So I'll personally say I don't know if Willie Adamas will be playing or not. If he's playing, you can go with Raphael. Um, Matt Chapman gave us two the other day as well. So I'll say take your hot bats. Matt Chapman's the heat check, Bryce Eldridge the heat check. You can take Raphael Devers, Casey Smith. Those are the 3/4 that I'm liking. Your stacks is Bryce Eldridge, Casey Smith, Bryce Eldridge, Casey Smith, Eric Hayes, Willie Adamas, Jonah Cox, Raphael Devers, Victor Barracuda, Drew Gilbert, Matt Chapman, Bryce Eldridge, Casey Smith is the top two stacks. Top five being pulled is Eric Hayes, Casey Smith, Jonah Cox, Bryce Eldridge, Willie Adamas. So last but not least, Landon Route or Rope, San Francisco versus Chicago. To the left, to the right, seven to left, eight to right. The past 2 years, his recent starts, he has given up a lot of home, 3 home runs, super low K rate. Only went over five 3 times, but that was 7-7. He's kind of a roller coaster pitcher, so not the best and not the worst. Ian Happ does have a home run against the pitcher. PCA has a home run against the pitcher, but we know he didn't do anything yesterday or last series, I should say. Suzuki has no hits, making a lot of contact, not striking out. Moises haven't faced him. Um, the stack that we have: Michael Conforto, Ian Happ, PCA, Suzuki, Moises, Michael Bush, Matt Shaw, Dansby Swanson, Miguel Amaya. So who I am liking? Ian Happ for sure. Heat check Suzuki, that's your heat check. Miguel Amaya. I thought Miguel Amaya went, didn't go. Dansby has nice odds for a straight bet, $10 for 100. Um, Suzuki don't look bad against the pitch mix. Same thing with Ian Happ. Suzuki cranks off varieties too. That don't look bad. We said Michael Bush isn't being pulled for some reason. PCA don't look bad. So we could just go with them three. Ian Happ again, Suzuki again. Oh, Michael Bush is right here. I'm fucking blind. Has a 67% K rate though. 6 plate appearances, 5 at bats, walked one. So Suzuki, Ian Happ, potentially PCA. If you're not liking PCA, swap him out for Nico Horn if Nico Horn to play. And that is all for the breakdown. Giving you guys my favorite, just like I said, I would be doing. In this game over here, Ian Happ, the sleeper, I would say is Bryce Eldridge. Over here, can't really do it because there's nobody on the like down for this game, but Hunter Goodman or Shea. The sleeper would be Craig again, um, Cole Creek, or TJ Rumfield. LA side, we have, I'll say Junior is my favorite. And my sleeper would be Cedric Mullins or Nick Fortes, to be honest with just to be honest with you. Houston side versus Kansas City, self-explanatory. Jordan, your sleeper will be I'll say Cam Smith. St. Louis, Minnesota, self-explanatory as well. Well, not really. Um, I'll say Alec Burleson. Jordan Walker does have a home run against this pitcher. So it's between AB and Jordan Walker. Yeah, between AB, Jordan Walker for this side, and then a sleeper, I would personally say Brooks Lee, sleeper, Chicago White Sox, LA Dodgers. Um, I'll say Mookie Betts is my it. I could say he's my sleeper. I mean, my favorite. Mookie Betts is my favorite, or close to Montgomery. And the sleeper, I would say, is Braden Montgomery or Ryan Ward. I have to do ors for that. Jacob Meserdesky, not really liking that. So I'll say my favorite is Jake Bowers. Jake Bowers or Bryce Her. Personally, with Jake Bowers. And then sleeper, not really having a sleeper from this side, to be honest with you guys. I'll just give you guys two names. Jake Bowers and Bryce Herring is my favorite two from that game. New York Yankees. Can't give you guys the Yankees, but you guys know it'll be Ben Rice and as a secondary. I'll say Ernie Clement. That's a sleeper. Yeah, Ernie Clement or Brandon Valenzuela. Over here, Arizona versus Cincinnati Reds. I will personally say Patel is my favorite this game. And then Sal Stewart. That's technically not a sleeper though. Um, I'll say that's a sleeper. He's a rookie. I mean, Sal Stewart is like chalk, but yeah, I'll go with them too. Atlanta versus New York Mets. Matt Olson for sure. There's a chance of rain though. Um, but I'm going Matt Olson for sure. Yeah, I probably don't, especially with the pitcher. Probably go with the other side and just go. Yeah, fuck it. We're going Matt Olson. Still going Matt Olson for sure. Our sleeper will be Jarrett Young. Texas versus Boston. Um, I think it'll be JD, Jaron Duran from this side, or Corey Seager. Kind of hard to choose. And for a sleeper, who is our sleeper today? I'm not too sure. I'll just give you guys them two, Corey Seager and then Evan Carter. I mean Corey Seager and then not Josh Young, Jaron Duran and uh, Corey Seager is my top two. Then Evan Carter, I'll just say is a sleeper, or Rafaela, Evan Carter, Rafaela, one or the other. Detroit versus Cleveland. You guys already know who's my favorite, bro. Dylan Dingler, but from our choices outside of Dylan Dingler, um, I'll say Kerry Carpenter. And the sleeper from this game, sleeper. Angel Martinez, but he's not technically a sleeper, so I'll go Winsell Perez or Matt Vierlin. Yeah, Matt Vierlin. San Diego versus Baltimore. Our favorite is Adley Rushman. Sleeper from today from that side. Not really a sleeper. If he plays, I guess we go. Not really a sleeper. Kobe Mayo. None of these guys are really sleepers, I should say. I'll go Jeremiah Jackson as a sleeper or Bone Cowser as a sleeper. Kind of a heat check. Uh, Bone Cowser. Um, then we said Samuel Basalo or Adley Rush. One of those was our favorite. Seattle versus Washington. Of course, we're going Luke Rayleigh. Actually, we're going Luke on a heat check. From the sleeper side, I would say Miles or Patrick. If you guys want like an actual sleeper that we chose from out of our picks, either Luke, Dominic, Julio, and Randy. Yeah, there's not really a sleeper from that side. My favorite is Luke though. Miami versus Pittsburgh, B. Lau or Liam Hicks. Can't really choose, so I got to give you guys two. Brandon Lau or Liam Hicks. My sleeper would be Ryan O'Hearn. Ryan O'Hearn, if he does play. Going over the full slate, Corbin Carroll, Ben Rice, Adley Rushman. Well, going over the top 10 home runs threats is Corbin Carroll, Ben Rice, Adley Rushman, Samuel Basalo, Shohei Ohtani, Jordan Alvarez, Jake Bowers, Max Muncy, Cattell, Pete Alonso. A slip for you guys today that I will give you guys is I'll say Cattell. Let's go Cattell. Luke and Patel, Luke, and Carrie Carpenter. Another lay I'm liking for sure. You guys already know and should see this coming. Dylan Dingler, Liam Hicks. Yeah, Dylan Dingler, Liam Hicks. That could be a two man. Um, yeah, that'll just be a two man. I'll keep that at a two man. And then I'll go Jordan Alvarez, switching over to a little bit more chalky, safer. Um, Jordan Alvarez, Jordan Alvarez, Brandon Lau, Jordan B. Lau, Jordan B. Lau, Jordan. Let's Jordan B. Lau, Jordan B. Lau, and potentially Jake Bowers. Just potentially. Yeah, Jake Bowers. I probably don't want to do that though. Probably just go Jordan B. Lau, Jordan B. Lau, and somebody else. I'm not too sure. Jordan B. Lau, Cody Clemens. I don't know. I'll figure out some plays for sure today. I'll post them in the replies. That is it for the breakdown. Hour 36 minutes, super long, but we went through everything thoroughly.